Hello everybody, it's Mr. Gio here. Filming this from my office at home. First time I've ever done this, so we'll give it a go and see what happens. So today's learn objective is we are going to try to make 2D shapes using Scratch. So the first thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to log on to the internet. And once you're logged onto the internet, if you just Google search, like myself, Scratch, Scratch 3 is probably best now, and click on Scratch 3 and you get a blank project come up. Now from here it's a really good idea to sign in and make your own account, but if you don't want to make your own account you can just start creating straight away. So I'm on create and hopefully a new project should come up in just a second. Perfect, and I can close these tutorials because I'm going to do the job for you hopefully, and we can get ourselves started. So I'm just going to close this one. So as I said, we're going to try to make 2D shapes using Scratch, but we're going to start off with just having to go at making a quick Etch-a-Sketch game. So the way to do that is, first of all, we're going to go to background and we're going to change our background. So I've gone into background and we're going to go to paint, and I'm just going to change the color. You can choose whatever color you like. So I'm going to create a large rectangle which completely fills the screen, and you can choose a colour. Purple's fine, so I'm going to leave it as purple. I think that looks good, and then I'm going to click off the stage, and after that, so done, click off the stage and go into my sprite. So now I'm going to look at coding the sprite. At the minute my sprite is a cat, which is not really going to work for an Etch-a-Sketch game, so we're going to get rid of the cat, goodbye, and we're going to add a new sprite. It's like adding a new character. Today I'm going to paint my own. So from paint, I'm going to try to paint a pencil as my sprite. So to do that, I'm going to start off by drawing a rectangle. Now at the minute my rectangle is purple, and as you can see, purple and purple is not going to work. So I'm going to change it to green. Okay, perfect. And I'm going to draw here my pencil. As you can see, I'm drawing my pencil quite low on the screen, and it's because I'm going to try to get the tip of my pencil to meet the center of the screen. So I'm now going to draw using lines, the triangle, and the next the next lines, 2 lines, make 3 lines to make a triangle. Now I'm going to highlight that area, hopefully it'll work, perfect, and I'm going to fill that area in. So I'm going to make it, let's have a look. There we go. I'm going to move across and try to make it a grey colour. Excellent. Done. Okay, so I'm just going to highlight that again and just move it down slightly so they're joined together. Now I'm going to now put some lines on my pencil. So let's see what we can do. Put some grey lines on the pencil. So perfect. That's absolutely fine. I'm sure you'll make a much better pencil than me, but that will do the job perfectly. Okay, so now I've created a background for my Etch-a-Sketch game, and I've created a sprite. The next thing I need to do is code it so that we can start drawing. So from the costumes, please make sure you're on the sprite at this point, and you're going to click into code, and we're going to start coding. So the first thing that we do is we go into events to start the coding off, and the easiest way to do it is when the green flag is clicked. So when the green flag here is clicked, the coding's going to start. So from that, you want the pencil to go to the center of the screen. Well, I'm going to have the center, but you can change that later on if you choose. So I'm going to go to click in there, and to get it into the center, you put it to 0 and to 0. So when the green flag is clicked, my pencil should go to the center of the screen. Perfect. Okay, the tip of my pencil, I should say. So once we've done that, we're now going to get the pen to go down and start drawing. Now Scratch 3 is slightly different, so you have to add the toolbar for the pen. So if you click on Add Extension at the bottom left hand corner and click onto Pen, we've now got the bars, the blocks for pen. So what we want to do is we want to set the pen color to, I'm thinking it's purple, so let's just have a black for now. Okay, and we're going to set the pen size. So pull in pen size, and I'm going to set it to 3. We can change that as we go along. And so I want the pen to then go down so that we can draw. Okay, and then I'm going to put erase all at the bottom. The reason for, when we press the green flag again, it will erase everything once we've completed it. So we can start again with a blank screen. So now we really need to get our sprite, our pencil, to move. So to do that, again, we have to start with control. Oh, sorry, events. So this time I'm going to borrow when, and I'm going to do when up arrow is pressed. So I want that to move now. So I'm going to go into motion. So I want it to move 10 steps. Yep. But I also want it to point in a direction. So it's further down here, it's pointing direction. So as you can guess, you want it to point in direction up. So 0, and then move 10 steps. So now let's try it. Green flag, and pressing up, it moves up. Perfect. Okay, but my pencil doesn't move left, right, or down yet. So I'm now going to do a shortcut really. I'm going to right click on this set of instructions, and I'm going to duplicate them here, and I'm going to duplicate them 4 times. 2, 3. I've now got 4 copies of the same code. Now all I'm going to do is change these codes very slightly. So I've got the up, so I'm now going to do down. So when down arrow is pressed, I want it to point in direction down. Perfect. Now hopefully up and down should work. Up and down. Perfect. And green flag again. And now, as you can probably guess, this one's going to be left, and I want it to go left. And this one's going to be right, and I want it to go right. Now hopefully you should have created an Etch-a-Sketch game. Up, left, down, and right. Perfect. So if you want to just get this far, and you now want to create a work of art using Scratch, and then just use those demands, that'd be fantastic. Remember, if you want to start again, press the green flag, and you can see what you can create just using this simple code. So I'm going to just try to see if I can draw a shape on the screen. Perfect. I'm sure you can be much more creative than me. Okay. Now, my objective was, however, I wanted us to try to see if we could create some 2D shapes using this same tool. So we're going to use the same screen, but this time we're going to start it off with a different start. So this time I'm going to drag in when space key is pressed, and my aim is to try to be able to draw a square. So first of all, I want it to go to a certain area of the screen. So 0, 0 is fine, but remember that might need to change at some point, especially if you're trying to put more than one 2D shape on your screen. And I want it now to go to pen, and I want to set the color of the pen. Okay, I'm going to try with a different color. Let's change the brightness. From the brightness, I should be able to change the color. Quite like that blue. Nice dark blue. Will that show? Not sure if that will show. I'll go for a red. Okay, it should show clearly. And then set your pen size. So I'm going to set my pen size to 3 again. Perfect. And then obviously you want the pen to go down so it can draw. Now the next thing I could do is I could say it moves across, it moves up and down. I'm going to try to do that in a much easier way. So I want it to move, so motion here. I want it to move some steps here. How many steps do I want it to move? I'm going to say 40 steps. Okay, and I want it to turn. Okay, it can turn left or right. I want it to turn. I want it to turn 90 degrees. Now, because I'm drawing a square, I'm going to want it to do this 4 times to draw the square. So this is where it's slightly different. If you go on to control and you can put repeat. Now it says repeat 10 times at the minute. I only want it to repeat 4 times, so I'm going to change that to 4. I need to make sure my blocks are joined. Okay, so I've asked the computer to pop the pen down, the red pen down, and I want it to move 40 steps, turn 90 degrees, then move 40 steps, turn 90 degrees, 40 steps, turn 90 degrees, 40 steps, turn 90 degrees, and hopefully it should create a square. So this time press spacebar and let's see what happens. Perfect. It did draw very, very quickly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add something in there, a weight. So after each turn, so I'm going to clear the screen, I'm going to ask it to wait. I'm going to wait 2 seconds. So hopefully you should see it drawing slower this time. Let's have another go. Perfect. So now on my screen, as you can see, is a square. Okay, so that's one 2D shape drawn. Now you should see a pattern here, some kind of link between the angles, the amount of degrees, and how many times. If you know that to turn in a complete circle is 360 degrees, you know that actually in a square you're going to do 90 degrees 4 times, and that would total 360 degrees. Okay, you really need to use that knowledge to try to have a go at drawing some other shapes. So my challenge to you is, can you use this to draw a hexagon, to draw an octagon, to draw a rectangle, to draw all different types of 2D shapes? And if you can, I would like you to share them with me. So you can email the class pages. So you can email Greatwoods, so year 5-6 at greatwoods.co.org, or you could do it as you could email it to Mr. Morton on year 3 and 4, okay? Or you can just save them and have a go at yourself and print them off and then send them into school once you've done. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll have a go at a different one next week. Thanks for listening. Bye bye.